I'm Loz James and this is the Content Champion Podcast, the digital marketing show that helps your business grow. This episode is sponsored by Ahrefs.com, my favourite SEO software that I use every day on client and my own SEO campaigns. For your $7 7-day trial, visit ahrefs.com. That's Ahrefs.com. Hi guys, welcome to the show. In this episode, I'm going to be making some recommendations on the marketing blogs you should read in 2020, based on my experience of either reading their stuff for years, being on their email lists, or interviewing them for my podcast, or all three. There are so many online marketing gurus out there, but in my opinion, many of them simply don't know what they're talking about. So by all means make your own choices too, but be aware there are a lot of smoke and mirrors being used on most of the marketing blogs you'll find online. That's not the case with this selection though. These are the good guys who actually practice what they preach and can genuinely help you grow your business on the internet or grow your online business. So let's dive into the list in no particular order. First up, backlinko. I know everyone loves Brian Dean's work at backlinko and mentions it in these types of lists. However, just because something's popular doesn't mean it's not great, and backlinko is still fantastic. Put simply, if you want to know about SEO and ranking your YouTube videos, then Brian's site should always be your first stop. I've followed his methods for years and also invested in his brilliant course, SEO That Works, and his advice certainly does. In addition, the podcast we did together is still one of my most popular. Next up is Gaucho SEO. Staying with the SEO themed sites, Nathan Gaucho is, in my opinion, one of only a few SEO experts since Brian Dean to mix things up and bring something unique and innovative to the table, both in terms of the techniques he's using and how he presents his ideas. As such, Gaucho SEO is a superb resource for learning all aspects of SEO, and Nathan's posts are always incredibly detailed and yet easy to follow, a fine balance to perfect. As a side note, Nathan was the first person to leave a comment on the Brian Dean podcast mentioned above, and this was made at a time when I was wondering if doing a podcast at all was actually worth it. So his kind words definitely spurred me on. I've followed his work ever since. Next up, Authority Hacker. Mark and Gael are a rare breed amongst internet marketers in that they actually know what they're talking about. Their Authority Hacker blog and podcast has long been my first port of call for everything to do with building niche sites, link outreach, and affiliate marketing. Why do I listen to them? Simple. They base everything they say and do on real-world experience gained from their own successful authority sites. So you know if you follow their advice, it will definitely work. On top of this, Gael also makes a great podcast guest too and was a guest on my show. Next up, FatStack's blog. Sticking with the niche site vibe, not only does John Dykstra base all his online marketing advice on the systems and processes he's developed to run his own profitable content sites, notice the common theme here, but with FatStack's blog, he has the best site name on this list too. John earns over $30,000 a month from his niche websites, I wish, through a combination of ads, affiliate marketing and online courses, so he definitely knows his stuff. I've invested in all his courses and love the way he comes up with innovative ways to pump out quality content at scale. Next up, the legend that is Yarrow. Yarrow was one of the very first people I started following online, and his advice on building an internet business so you can live a laptop lifestyle has always marked him out as a pioneer in the online marketing world. Not only this, but Yarrow's podcasts are truly enlightening because he always digs deep to get the best out of his guests. So you end up learning more about their backstory and entrepreneurial journey than on other shows. The podcast I did with Yarrow is one of my personal favourites too. Next up, Content Marketing Academy. I just love the Content Marketing Academy. Not only is it the best resource of its kind in the UK, but its owner Chris Marr also organises the foremost content marketing conference in Britain too. Chris is an enthusiastic and eloquent evangelist for the content marketing movement, and he has a knack for very clearly explaining exactly how the whole process works in his blog posts and podcasts. Speaking of podcasts, the show we did together was a corker too. You're listening to the Content Champion Podcast, the digital marketing show that helps your business grow. This episode is sponsored by Ahrefs, my favourite SEO tool. For your $7 7-day trial, visit ahrefs.com. That's ahrefs.com. Next up, Smart Passive Income. If I remember rightly, Smart Passive Income was the first marketing blog I started to follow in earnest. By this I mean I avidly consumed literally everything Pat Flynn created. His blog posts, income reports, revolutionary at the time, his podcast and later his videos, which is the main way I consume his content today. By being the crash test dummy of online marketing, sharing both his successes and failures, Pat's approach made him extremely accessible and popular. And aside from his great marketing tips, I've always found the growth of his business to be completely inspiring. Okay, next on the list is Create and Go. The guys at Create and Go have got a great sales funnel. I know this because I found Alex and Lauren's site through their About Us page, then purchased one of their courses straight after reading it. Since then, I've consumed not just their excellent blogging course, but all their blog content too. These two provide just about the best advert for the laptop lifestyle you could ever get, and their personal branding and writing style combine to make their content extremely snackable. Their blog is like a tube of Pringles. Once you pop it open, you can't stop reading. Go and check them out and their superb courses too. Next, we have Ahrefs. To my mind, Ahrefs is one of the best SEO blogs on the internet and certainly jostles for top position with the likes of Backlinko and Gaucho SEO. However, what really sets Ahrefs apart is the vast amounts of unique proprietary data available to CMO Tim Solo and his excellent writing team. As such, the Ahrefs site is surely the SEO's SEO blog because these data-backed posts make the content so incredibly illuminating and authoritative. By the way, Tim Solo also makes a great podcast guest too. He has completely mastered his craft. Next up, we have Income School. Now, I genuinely love these guys, primarily for their refreshing approach to niche site building, but also for their thoroughly engaging YouTube videos. Jim and Ricky are just so damn watchable. They present all their ideas with a really approachable demeanour and are completely transparent about the results achieved by all their money sites. The Income School method revolves around giving Google searches exactly what they want with your articles and ranking sites based on the value of this search intent friendly content alone without building any backlinks. They also don't believe in using keyword research tools, just a common sense approach to choosing phrases to write about. Now, I think everything they do is great, so I recommend you check them out as soon as you can. Next up on the list, Content Champion. You didn't think I'd leave myself out, did you? I'll leave you to make your mind up about whether you should read this blog or not. But we do have some great stuff planned for 2020, so stay tuned. In conclusion then, 11 marketing blogs you must read in 2020. So these are my choices. I do like other marketing blogs too, but these are my absolute favourites that would fit into a short, snackable podcast. If you pushed me on what my absolute best blog is at the time of writing, then I'd have to say Fat Stack's blog. I love John's business model, blog writing style and emails. And in an ideal world, I would do what he does for a living in a shot, which is easier said than done. While I've had some success with affiliate sites in the past, I've always found transitioning from client work to a publishing model to be very hard to do in terms of replacing that lost income. It seems like a big gap to leap between the two business models, but I'm not giving up yet. So watch this space in 2020, and thanks as ever for listening. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This show has been sponsored by my favourite SEO tool, Ahrefs. For your $7 7-day trial, visit ahrefs.com. Thanks for listening to the Content Champion podcast, the digital marketing show that helps your business grow.